How's it going, Goomy Gang / Vaqueros, whatever you guys like to be called? I hope you guys had a great holiday yesterday. I celebrated Christmas. If you guys don't celebrate Christmas, well, hope you had a happy holiday. If you don't celebrate any holidays, well, I hope you just had a great day. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 3 Modern Warfare 3 shotguns, and I'm going to give you guys my ranking from the worst of the bunch to the best. And yes, there's only 3, but I figured it'd be a fun and cool video to do. Now, why am I only going over these 3 Modern Warfare ones and not all the shotguns? For right now, since these are new, they're fresh, they're what everybody wants to see and talk about, I'm just going to be covering these, but I will be doing a comprehensive list at some point and revisiting the Modern Warfare 2 shotguns in Warzone, so don't worry, that will be coming. Also, timestamps will be in the description below. I will have class setups for each of these shotguns, my favorite builds, so please, if you want to jump to a specific part of the video, make sure to check those timestamps below and go to those class setups if you really want. And with all that being said, let's just go ahead and start with number 3. For the number 3 pick, I have the Haymaker with Dragon's Breath. This is by no means a bad shotgun at all, even though there's only 3. These are all amazing shotguns. But with this particular shotgun, to me, it's amazing, but it falls flat a little bit compared to the others for a few reasons. First of all, what are some good things? Well, this thing has an amazing time to kill of about 480 milliseconds out to about 6.5 meters or so with Dragon's Breath. That's an instant 3-shot kill. Out past that, it's going to take about 5 shots. It's going to be about 960 milliseconds. So that's where it starts to fall short, is past that 6-meter range, and out past that 10-meter range, it's going to take over a second to kill with 7 shots. Not super good, but up close, this thing is a menace. It is absolutely destructive, and with Dragon's Breath, you're probably going to blind people as well when you're using it. This is sort of your Origin 12 of the game, and it performs super well. Do not take that 3-shot for granted. It has got an amazing 3-shot potential, and it will catch people off guard, and it is extremely strong, and of course, it's easy to use. This is a spammy shotgun. You just pull the trigger a bunch of times in their general direction, up close and personal. You still gotta hit your shots, of course, but it is easy to use, and you also have some decent mobility with a 12-round mag, and if you really want to, for trios and quads, you can even rock a 20-round mag. Now, if we're talking about my best class, this is the one I recommend. We're using the Crownbreaker choke to give us a better tac stance spread, because I recommend tac stance with this, or just hip firing, and of course, we're rocking the long barrel and 12-round mag, no stock, along with Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath is key to making this shotgun work now after its nerfs, so I definitely recommend you trying that out, as it keeps its 3-shot for longer than the base ammo. Now, with number 3 out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into my number 2 pick. No! For my number 2 pick, and this might be a little controversial, I have the Lockwood 680. This is without a doubt the best pump action that we have currently in Warzone. It is a monster. It is a behemoth of a pump action, and I love this thing. I can't talk good enough about it. It is so good, but it is a little hard to use, I will say. Pump actions generally are harder to use shotguns, and that's why I didn't put it as number 1, because this one does take some finesse. This is like a MOG from Blackout. This is like the combat shotgun from Vanguard. You have to hit your 2 shots, but you have to be very quick on your feet. A lot of slide canceling, a lot of getting in and out of cover. It's very much so a cat and mouse gameplay type of situation, and I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much more gratifying than any SMG. It just, to me, it takes a level of skill and finesse that a lot of people really don't give enough credit to when you use it. But some other really notable things about this gun: it deals about 200 damage out to 6 meters, which is kind of ridiculous when all the other pump actions are only out to like 3. It has a 2-shot potential of out to about 8.5 meters, which is very good. And if you put on the big barrel that gives you 10 pellets, which is another amazing feature, it's the Lockwood Defender Heavy Barrel, it takes it out to about 9.8 meters, give or take a few tenths of a meter. This thing is an absolute monster. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't used it yet, what are you doing? If you're a shotgun fan, you have to try this out immediately. And what's also nice about it is that the time to kill isn't as unforgiving as you might expect. Pump actions generally are very unforgiving, but this one tends to fall higher on the list, where it's not as bad as something like the Bryson 800 because of its rate of fire with the extra bolt attachment. Its time to kill for 2 shots is sitting around that 674 millisecond mark. Now, that's hand tested, just keep that in mind. It might be a little off, but that is comparable to some SMGs. SMGs generally kill around 600 milliseconds up close. This is 674. Again, not that bad if you miss a shot, but it still is unforgiving. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it still takes finesse, but it's not that bad. So that's my number 2 pick. I love this shotgun, but now we need to talk about the number 1 pick.
Shotgun, bro? Ah, damn. Shit.
Less than that.
Shield. I won't shoot you. Oh, there you go. There's a guy right here. Oh, no, he got me too.
All enemy squads.
For my number one pick, some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it, but we have the Riveter full auto shotgun with incendiary rounds. This thing is an absolute behemoth of a shotgun, and first I'm going to show you guys the damage profile, which is one of the reasons it's so good. If you look at the time to kill, up close and personal out to 3 meters, it only takes 3 shots, which is a 300 millisecond time to kill with its rate of fire, which is double the speed of any meta SMG up close. This is absurd. Even out at 5 meters and 12 meters, it's still comparing to a lot of SMGs. This is a very, very strong shotgun, and do not underestimate this thing. Yes, the downside is it only has 4 pellets when you shoot, which is kind of bad. You will notice this at longer ranges where it's just kind of awkward and takes a lot of shots to kill, but that kind of balances out. As up close, this thing is devastating, super easy to use. You get 30 rounds that you can put with Dragon's Breath on, so you're blinding people at 400 rounds a minute with Dragon's Breath, which is absurdly strong. So this thing is just, without a doubt, in my opinion, the best shotgun so far. It's super easy to use, like I said, and it has a lot of pros to it that you just basically have to try it for yourself to see how good it is. Like I said though, there's only 4 pellets when you shoot, but this is without a doubt the best way to run this gun is with incendiary, given how much damage it does up close. And hey, it's up close, that's what a shotgun does. Even though it doesn't have as much range as the ball ammo, this thing has a better time to kill and it's got better damage. So I always encourage you guys to use incendiary. As for my favorite class for this thing, this is what I have, and it works in pretty much any game mode. Solos, duos, trios, quads, it doesn't matter. This will destroy lobbies and it will take over the close range meta at some point, I'm sure, but given how easy it is to use. Now again, it doesn't have much range past 12 meters, but it's still very good, and honestly it bridges the gap between shotguns and SMGs incredibly well. This thing is just a monster. I can see a lot of people catching on to it. Super easy to use, incredibly effective. This is probably going to be the next shotgun that kind of overtakes the close range meta if I had to guess, and it's just insane. It's a great shotgun. You guys have to try it out. The other shotguns aren't as good. They are still amazing, but they aren't nearly as good. This thing just on paper destroys the rest of them, and so this is my number one pick for the best Modern Warfare 3 shotgun in Warzone currently. So there you have it, guys. My ranking for the 3 Modern Warfare 3 shotguns in Warzone. Now, as always, I want to know down below in the comments, what do you guys think of this list? Did your list kind of look a little bit different? Did you have the Haymaker as number 1? Did you have the Riveter as maybe number 2 and the Lockwood is at the bottom of the list? I just want to know down below in the comments just so we can start a little friendly conversation. But with all that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.